It's Tuesday, November 13th, 2025. And Ukraine had another good night. I mean, like a really good night. Everything went well with the drone attacks at night, or a lot of things went well with the drone attacks. And then during the day, they're holding ground and they're actually seeming to keep it together. It's really great to see. So let's talk about these things. Fire broke out in the village of Nikolovsky, Belgorod region following a drone attack. Locals reported a powerful explosion just before the blaze, so that's thing number one. Then we see, according to a camera recording, reportedly from Krasnodar, a Ukrainian attack occurred around 4:45 a.m. And you can see this here. Now, I stopped this at about 15 seconds in. I just want you to listen to what you're hearing if you're in Krasnodar last night. Those are incoming drones, and what that's going to look like is something like that. What you're seeing here, all that explosion in the background. But I try not to, I try to be careful with YouTube censors. Okay, footage of unknown debris raining down on Russian city of Oryol last night. The city reportedly came under Ukrainian drone missile attacks a few hours ago, and that is debris falling on a city. So that could be happening. That's legitimately happening. So when the Russians say that the debris set fire, it could. But very often when they say that, they're also kind of making it up and claiming this when it's really something that looks, more like a real hit. And you can see debris on the ground here. If we go to this, we'll see like this is what happens when the debris lands on the ground. So that's probably not going to cause massive destruction like when they actually have a direct hit on a refinery or something along those lines. Air defense engagement over the city earlier tonight. I'm going to show this. This was pretty impressive as well. Listen to this.
Я не знаю. Чувак, я тебе клянусь, мне ебать страшно, нахуй.
Да нормально еще.
Какая-то третья уже?
Да, сейчас еще.
Вот уебало, нахуй, только что. Короче, с нашей взлетки пускают по ходу ракет. Вот она, нахуй.
Yeah, you're seeing that thing. You're right. So this is over, I believe, Oryol as well, right? Yeah, that's where it was. Okay, reportedly in Verdansk, Ukrainian UAVs carried out strikes. Video footage shows Russian forces attempting to intercept the drones. Now, we don't have all the hits. I'm recording really early. You know how I sounded terrible for the last couple of days? Finally went to the doctor. Part of the treatment was a steroid shot, which has kept me up all night. So I have not slept at all last night. I'm going to be probably babbling incoherently by the time I get to my MBA class tonight, but okay. So here is, this is Verdansk, right? Yeah, Verdansk. So my point was, we don't have a lot of, you can see what's going on here with the anti-aircraft defense. So because it's so early, I don't have any like updates about like what actually was hit here and there, but they're attacking left, right, and center. Okay, let's look at the battlefield and see what's going on there. 1,180 Russians off the battlefield. Again, the average is about 1,000, just a rough cut, good enough for government work. 2 tanks, 11 armored fighting vehicles, 9 artillery systems, and 88 vehicles and fuel tanks. Okay, so this is higher than average. And when we look at Pokrovsk particularly, we're going to see it's higher than average. Engagements and casualties were above the 7-day average. Land-based equipment losses were well above average. And in Pokrovsk, 78 attacks in Pokrovsk. The Russians really want Pokrovsk. They're after Pokrovsk. They're going to keep coming for Pokrovsk. They keep pushing from both sides, from Pokrovsk itself and then from the Mirnograd side as well. Okay, despite claims of Kremlin-linked bloggers, Pokrovsk has not fallen. It still stands. ISW confirms Russia controls less than half of the city. Now, again, I don't want to control any of the city, but it's still less than half the city. Ukrainian units are still holding out. The bigger picture depends on how Ukraine handles its withdrawal and if Russia can exploit it. That's really what they have to guard against. You don't want to do this too early, and you really don't want to do it too late. But if you get into that sweet spot where it's just right, you can destroy as many Russians that are coming at you while not taking as few casualties. And that's what they're trying to accomplish, I believe. Ukrainian soldiers destroyed Russian equipment during an assault along the Seldovo-Pokrovsk highway. The assault was partially successful for occupiers. Some of their equipment was eliminated on the outskirts, while the rest was destroyed inside Pokrovsk. Okay, and I'm freezing this here at 23 seconds, but I want to show you, I want to wind back this up and show you, like, let's just, I mean, it's an FPV drone game. This is really what it amounts to. Why would you line yourself up in like row after row with FPVs, just seeing that, calling their friends, and then, yeah. So they can be found anywhere, even in wooded lands. Look at them lined up here. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like, this just seems such a terrible idea. I know the Russians have to do that because they're ordered from above. And I know that, okay, maybe something will break through, but man, they're just wasting life. Okay, let's look at the situation in Huliopol. This is down in Zaporizhia. The Huliopol direction is deteriorating, although Russian forces will probably spend considerable time setting conditions for efforts to seize the settlement. Russian forces will likely attempt to isolate and encircle Huliopol. I mean, that's what they're trying to do at Pokrovsk, so you'll probably see the same thing. Ukrainian forces will need to defend against Russian operational level BAI, that's air tactics, like to cut them off in the back, and tactical level interdiction. If they do what they've been doing, that's what'll happen. Okay, now, how have they been so successful? Well, fog is helping the Russians advance faster in Pokrovsk, as also as Huliopol, and Ukraine drones can't stop them. They just can't. Like, they can't operate nearly as well in the fog. Russian forces, this is the ISW, are taking advantage of foggy weather conditions that degrade Ukrainian drone operations to intensify offensive operations in the Huliopol direction and other areas in eastern Ukraine. The upside of this is that Russian drones don't operate nearly as well too, so it's giving some time within Pokrovsk for the Ukrainians to set themselves without having the drones over their heads as well. Ukrainian forces struck a bridge used by Russian invaders, used for logistics, destroying communications equipment, and 3 vehicles on the Kharkiv front. And then there was this comment by one of the crew of the Scorpion team. It's very satisfying to watch Russian vehicles burn on monitor. Like, I get how they're saying that and why they're saying it. And by the way, I paused it at this point because you're seeing, like, this is just units of things that are just moving along, and yeah. So, but I get why they're saying it, and they're saying it because, well, yeah. I mean, think about it. Like, I feel both sad for the loss of life, and then I come to my senses and go, you know what? They're invading somebody else's land, killing their wives and children. So, yeah, stop them. But yeah, you can understand why he would be saying that. Okay. I know where they find these. I don't know where they find these pilots, the commentator says, but Ukrainian Signum uses next generation drone pilots. Their accuracy, spatial awareness, and reaction times are second to none. Like, these guys, he just snuck up on this guy, right? And it's not just this guy, but just to move around the trees and without hitting branches and that sort of thing is really, really difficult. It's incredibly hard for these drone operators to do what they're doing. Just like, look at them weaving around the trees, right? I mean, that's just, yeah, out in an open field, much easier. Okay. The Zook, the commander of the 427th Separate Battalion of Unmanned Systems, got it exactly right. Dead heroes are not what we need. That's right. You need live heroes to keep bringing that pain to the enemy until the enemy stops or goes away. Sean Pinner, by the way, Sean Pinner was on, excuse me, on with Greg Terry yesterday. And if you haven't seen that interview, go over to Greg Terry, the Greg Terry Experience, and see that. So any man fleeing the fight needs to take a good hard look at himself. The article here is no turning back. More and more Ukrainian women join the army to stop Russia. Yeah, that's where they are. Excuse me, I'm not better yet. Ukrainian soldiers training with an RPG missed their intended target, causing the rocket to ricochet off the ground before bouncing several times and landing on the sunroof of the car that they were intending to hit. I think I can show this, and that's the aftermath I think I can show this. This is just a training exercise. Nobody's getting hurt or anything, but here they go. There's go. He's shooting the RPG. Now, see this right in here? This area right in here, you're going to see some bouncing. So let's see. There you go. See the bounces? And boom. No, I mean, I'll take luck. I mean, luck works too. Okay. In an act of self-incrimination, pro-Russian media from Oriol aired a report from Occupied Donetsk that inadvertently confirmed multiple war crimes. The segment revealed that Russian forces are using civilian vehicles to transport ammunition and disguise troop movements. Can't do that. And are occupying civilian homes. Can't do that. Marking them with graffiti such as occupied to reserve them for military use. One damaged building with large basement now reportedly houses rear units of the 1st Guards Tank Army. All of this was proudly showcased in a humanitarian aid piece. Not making that up. That's what it was in. Okay. Ukraine freed another group of Jews. Excuse me. I said I wasn't better yet. Ukraine freed another group of children from Russian occupation through the Bring Kids Back UA initiative, among them a 10-year-old bullied for speaking Ukrainian, children orphaned by medical neglect, and a 19-year-old who is T, I don't pronounce that on YouTube, over family ties to Ukraine's military. But a number of them are back, and I know it's not a large number, but for them, this is everything. Richard Woodruff posted this. This clip will live in my head rent-free forever. The smile and joy he says he has as he says, "No Russians." It's so infectious. Just listen to this guy. This is in Kherson. In Kherson, just a couple days ago was the 3-year anniversary of the liberation. Somebody wanted to say, like, you can't use the word anniversary because in the comments, but yes, you can. I mean, he said because you're not repeating it, but we're not repeating D-Day, and we're on the 80th anniversary of that. So, like, yeah, this is the appropriate term. Here
finally liberated, that we are free, because now we have no electricity in the city, no water, no central supply heating, no mobile connection, no internet connection, but we have no Russians. And
well, I mean, yeah, that's right. I mean, he's just gleeful about that. All right. Meanwhile, Zelensky is just proven himself to have moral and physical courage again and again. Zelensky visited, I mean, for all his whatever flaws he might have, you have like the corruption scandal with his friend, which I don't think it is applicable to Zelensky. You can't really tar him with what his friend was doing. They're stamping out the corruption, but guy is just like, he's just got courage. Zelensky visited the command post of the 65th Mechanized Brigade, currently defending the Orkhiv axis as part of the 17th Corps. He thanked the troops, presented awards, and discussed battlefield conditions. And he's been doing these kind of things again and again and again. And I'll leave you with this from Darth Putin. May your opposition always secretly want to do the same things you do. Ancient Putinist blessing. All right, my friends, that's all that I have. Thank you for your time, the likes, the shares, and the subscribes. Tell me what you thought about what you saw here. It was, I think, a pretty good day for Ukraine. Oh, and thank you for being the kind of person who cares about Ukraine.